Hello, Richard. My name is Kasa. Today I will present to you a topic that I have chosen already and that related Cambodia in French colonialism 1863 and 1953. For the first point that I will present to you is introduction. Introduction at the time, for like we know for today, Cambodia is a country. It is a country with a good culture, a good civilization, and a good tradition. In particular, Cambodia is an independent country without any pressure from other country. That is why the nation and the people of Cambodia live in peace without its exploration or cooperation or fear due to war like in the past. But if we look back at the bitter uh, landscape of Cambodia in ancient times, such as Cambodia under French colonialism, we will see how much Cambodia and Cambodian people suffer at the time. So more to the next, our point that talk about the history of regime. When we talk about the history of regime at the time, it means that Cambodia uh, are descendant of the Angkor Wat Empire, which was at its peak during the 9th or 15th century, but if attacked from present day Thailand and Vietnam. An empire this line soon after the king placed Cambodia under French rule and became part of French Indochina in 1887. For almost a century, Cambodia was a place under the French protectorate. 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 This was covered. This was covered by the Udon Treaty of Amity. Um, Commerce and French protection entered into on August 11, 1863, and between Cambodia and France. The protectorate procedure was to last for exactly 90 years. Over four different ran as Cambodian monarch namely like King Rodom, King Vatay, and King Sisawat, King Sisawat Manivong, and finally King Rodom Sihanouk. During this time, Cambodia gained independence on November 9, the Arabian 9 in 1953. Cambodia was the second country as the Indo-Chinese peninsula to have fallen under the French control after the latter colonial cushioned China in 1862. The only region to be formally under the French colony, although the rest were particularly under the French de facto colony. This was to be followed by the French subsequently placement as her family protectorate of our Anand, Tonkin, and wife. So we got for the next is general situation. For general situation, the first step in the Ottawa as friend rule was that friends just strict to order the Legrand to persuade and for King Rodom to agree to sign a treaty with the French protectorate in Cambodia on August 11, 1863. Um, it means that King Rodom did not call France to establish a protectorate over Cambodia, and he expected the treaty of August 11 likely to be friendly repression from the governor de Legrand, that is called in French language. French was that France first attempt to persuade King Ong to sign the Delagrand Treaty was on October 1 in 1856, but was unsuccessful. Finally, and with Cambodia under the new reign as King Rodom, who ran after King Ong. In addition, this agreement provides for French protection as the King of Cambodia in exchange for giving France the right to explore and exploit the kingdom, minerals, resources, and forests. In 1867, the French imposed a treaty with the Siem that gave the latter control of Battambang province and Siem Reap province in exchange for their renunciation or claim uh, um, sovereignty over other parts of Cambodia. In June 1884, the French governor of Cochinchina traveled to the Phnom Penh, the capital of Norodom, and demanded the ratification of treaty with Paris that promised long-term change, such as the abolition um the abolition sorry let's me tell abolition of slavery, private land ownership institution, and the establishment of French representation in the province. Mindful as the French gunboat anchored in the river and King was chose 10 to sign the agreement. And then when Norodom died in 1904, the French passed over his son and set his brother Sisawat on the throne. Sisawat's friend on the royal family was considered more cooperative than extended as Norodom because the latter was known as partly responsible for the revolt as um the 1880 and because Norodom favorite son Prince Jukun had streets and publicity abroad about French colony industry, like Arab, and in FD 1927, his father Sisawat died. King Sisawat Niwong ascended the throne at the age of 52. Like his father, Maniwong was a high-ranking officer and person without authorities of the French administration. And we move to the next point. Yeah. The next point talk about the social culture religion. Mean that the people who live in that period was like slow for forgetting like friend. Friend has been heavily taught from human tag, land tag, housing tag, animal tag, like and we as call tag and also business tag. In order to pay tag in case to friend, farmers work to independent instructor crops such as rubber as well as other crops such as rye, corn, soybean and other crops. However, poor crop yield including rye have also struggled to produce good enough yield. As a result, poor farmers become indebted to middlemen and foreign traders. Even the money they borrow from this machine was our power that made it very difficult for the people at that time to live and work. It had like it has many amount for its essential interest ranking ranking from 100 to 200%. And then for the Tedward building was a religion during the French colonial periods that were reversed by the monarch. In addition, during that time, France had built other pagoda for Khmer people to respect. Evidently, this region whereas where king as her principal culture, literature, and express people as this ancient nation. Since the Ottawa as building some, the Khmer men have transitionally changed their role from generation to generation. They had acted on as an ideal community for the people of Cambodia for several centuries.